afternoon and welcome. My name is Phati Masimirembwa. I am the champion for the Grow SAICE leg of the strategy. I'm sure you're aware of the Grow Forward strategy of SAICE. So there are different legs, and I'm representing the Grow SAICE leg of the strategy. So our intention really is to showcase all divisions and encourage all SAICE members and even new members to be part of a division in our diverse civil engineering industry. So we're with you today to learn more about the structural division and to encourage people to join your structural division. So to start, please just introduce yourself. You're the chairperson of the structural division, but you can give us your name and just a brief description of who you are. Then we can go into the interview questions.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity. I'm Paimaan Byron. I'm the chair of SAICE Structural Division. I'm a professionally registered engineer with the Engineering Council of South Africa, and through experience and over the years, I have gained experience in structural engineering and dolomite design and construction.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So tell us, what is the history of the structural division?
Institution of structural engineers started its first international division in 1937, and this was the South African division. In 1993, the institution and SAICE signed a memorandum of understanding to allow for merger of the two divisions, and the same was again confirmed in 2008. In 2017, it was the 80th celebrations of joint structural division that existed in South Africa. Unfortunately, it was in 2019 that this came to an end. Joint structural division and the agreement with the institution of structural engineers came to an end, and in 2020 it marks the first year of SAICE structural division. So while we are a young division in the sense that we only started in 2020, but we have a history and a track record that stretches all the way to 80 years of excellence history of structural engineering in South Africa.
Well, that seems very much a fountain of knowledge. 80 years is a very long time. But now you're saying you're a young division, you only started officially in 2020 as only the South African branch. How many members are in your committee, and how often does your committee meet?
Currently, we have 8 members, and we meet 6 times a year. So every 2 months, we have a formal meeting. We have progress meetings in between that, members of committee can get together and discuss progress on different activities. But our official committee meetings are 6 times a year. Most of the members of the committee are young and upcoming engineers, and I'm very proud of that and the work that they're doing. We have a number of portfolios in the committee that we active, and we're trying to position the committee to make it more exciting and welcoming to the younger members. SAICE Structural Division currently has just over 3,300 members, which makes it one of the largest SAICE divisions at the moment.
Oh, okay, 3,300 members. That's interesting. Were all of them in the previous joint structural divisions, or we have since recruited more when you have since become a standalone?
I would say the numbers are more or less the same as we had previously in the joint structural division. Most of the members have continued to move from the previous joint structural division to SAICE structural division. And we have seen a growth in terms of the numbers as well.
Okay, so that's interesting. And you also talked about there being different portfolios within the structural divisions. And it leads me to the next question to say that what is the role of the structural division? With all those different committees, what is your role?
Okay, it's it's a very good question. Our role is to advocate structural excellence, promote structural engineering in South Africa, and with a special focus to youth and undergraduate or newly graduate students, and to serve the interests of the members through involvement in research, standard development, and engagement with government stakeholders. We constantly, as the division, we are in contact with different entities, and we take part in SABS committees to develop standards and promote structural excellence.
Okay, right, interesting. As you engage with all these different stakeholders, SABS, the national government, tell us what has been your major contribution to the industry? What do you see as your major contribution in the industry?
Well, if you look at the history of SAICE structural division and where it's coming from, through our members and the activities that the structural division has undertaken over the years, we have contributed to major developments in terms of the standards, publications, and research. But in terms of the SAICE structural division, this year we are putting our main focus on young members, and we're looking at publication of various codes of practice, developing standards and research through collaboration with SABS, and also we assisting the various government stakeholders and regulatory bodies with development of guidelines and standards.
All right. Okay, thank you. So I hear you talking about involvement of young people or young engineers. So what are the benefits of joining this division? Not just for the young, but for any engineer who wants to join the division. What are the benefits?
There is a number of benefits. They can they can keep up to date with the developments in the structural engineering field. They can participate in events and lectures and workshops that we organize. Members can take part in a standard development and research if they're interested. And I also call on universities, if they're watching this interview, to please contact us and drop us if, an email or a message if you like to be part of standard developments and collaborate or work on further research with through SABS. We also organize activities such as site visits and bridge building competition, and also we organize CPD registered lectures.
No. When we are describing the benefits and also how you contribute to the industry, it will seem as if this question is a repetition, but I think just think of it differently and tell us what you haven't said. So what difference are you looking to make in the SA environment within the structural engineering space? I am aware that you contribute to the development of standards, to development of any regulatory requirements, and growing the young people. Now you're calling to universities to come up front and be part of your division. But what difference really are you looking to make?
For this year, I have a very dynamic and active committee, and I'm really grateful to have them on board. So with the support of my committee, we have developed a strategy for this year, and we have set certain goals for us to achieve. Our main focus areas for this year are youth and engagement with university students. We like to focus on brand awareness and communication with our members. Social media presence, we have already started some social media channels on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Knowledge sharing platforms, so we look into subject to approval by council, of course, to have a knowledge sharing platform specifically for structural engineering. And the idea is that the students and more mature professional engineers can use that platform to discuss and engage and say, now if you have a problem, you can go there and say, I have this problem, how can I resolve it? And then people on that platform can come on board and give you tips to say, okay, I did it this way, and so on. We have a program for young engineers outreach, and then our participation in SABS technical committees. And we like to link with the universities and collaborate on research where the research is structurally related. Also, we're looking to develop an inspection model for structural engineers, and hopefully, to digitize to make app at the end of this research and development program. So the engineers doing inspections in different sites, they can utilize that app, and makes the field work easier and more structured.
Thank you very much. That was quite a nice explanation of your strategy. You seem to have many things planned and many activities. Of course, you said subject to council approval. Now, is there maybe a particular event or a course or webinar or any line activity that those who would like to join the division can look forward to this year? This is over and above what you have explained of your strategy, maybe a particular course or an activity or an event happening maybe in June, July, whenever, that someone who would like to join can look forward to.
Yes, thank you for asking the question. Yes, I do like to call on experts for our technical talks. Our plan is to have at least one technical talk per quarter, and these would be, CPD accredited talks. So we call on experts that are interested to give us the time to contact me or the secretary of the division. We're looking for research proposals from universities for collaboration in structural related research. We also like to invite the head of departments from universities to join us as corresponding members. They have a wealth of experience that will substantially benefit our members, and also it will enrich the committee and the impact that we strive to make on youth, and especially with undergraduate students in universities.
Okay. So now, as we wrap up our short discussion, tell us, how does one become a member of the division?
It it's first they have to become a member of SAICE, and then by joining SAICE, they have given an option to choose a division as their home division. And I encourage them to choose SAICE structural division.
Okay, thank you. I just hope your short explanation of the strategy and the activities that you are planning for the year will act as a lure to all the SAICE members listening today to join the division. Sorry. Sorry about that. I was saying, looking forward to everyone listening to this interview. The way you explained your strategy, the way you told us about the upcoming events, that it will act as a law for anyone who wants to join the structural division to tick that box and become a structural division member. Thank you very much.